using the technology to solve it, but at least the main thing was understanding the nature of the problem. So when I came to the US, I came with a company called Ubix. That's the Kingfisher brand. And after coming here, I talked to the manager here in the US, and I told him that for the next 2 years, I don't want you to worry about my salary. I don't care what is your rate, what is your salary. I mean, they are good salaries, no doubt. But you never have to worry about whether Harsh will agree to this rate or not. But in the next 2 years, these are the technologies I want to work on. And you may not even have heard of some of these technologies, but I know what they are. But I will never let you down, and I don't mind working 24/7 because this is my goal. This is where I want to reach. And he did it. That the guy actually did it. Um, so suppose we are moving from one project to the other. Literally, my wife and I used to keep the house, the car, the way it is. Just keep the car in the garage, the house. We don't pack anything, nothing. We leave the front door open and we keep the keys of the car on the dining table. We take a flight and go to the next town, wherever go to the town where my next project is starting. We live in a hotel for a month and we start the next project. I start my next project. And within 15 days, the company would arrange for everything in our house to be packed, to be transported, the car to be transported. तसं सगळं आमच्या नवीन very beautiful. And my salary was good. It's not that they did all of this and then didn't give me a full salary. असं काही नाही. But the point, and after about 2 years, I then basically I changed the company and I said, okay, you know what, that phase of my life is over. At that time, I had become a solutions architect. Then I became a data governance architect, and then eventually I became a data governance manager. That is really very little to do with technology. It's all about business problems. So if there is someone who has a plan in mind, at this time, if there is a company that says to me, 24 तास काम करा, माझं लग्न नाही झालंय, I'm a bachelor, I'm living with my parents. I mean, I have no liabilities. What is wrong with me working my ass off to learn something to become better than everyone else? But the only thing is, this has to be part of a plan. तो फिर उसमें मजा है. Otherwise, if you are just working like a donkey for 24 hours and then you're just exhausted and you have no goal you are achieving, no target you have in mind, that doesn't make any sense. Hmm. Oh, okay. Okay. Hmm. Interesting. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can understand that in a country like India, where there are literally lakhs and lakhs of graduates every year. I think a lot of them will be okay. Kasahi karun, let me get that first job, and then that's my whole life, and that's fine. I mean, if it works for them, it works for them. That would unfortunately never work for me, but uh, uh, and that is fine too. Interesting. Mm. So how are you doing with your interviews and selection process and okay. Mm, mm, mm. So mm, 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 mm. Interesting. Very interesting. So I think, Dhanashri, what that is telling me is Rohit is getting bored. He needs slightly more challenging environment. When a candidate for a job is talking about they are asking the same question for last 100 years, you understand that he's getting bored of this. Wow. What kind of development work are you do? What language are you working on right now? When you say developer, Okay. So if you are proficient with C, C, C++, Java, and Python, and all three of them are foundational languages. Okay. So big data will be the easiest for you to put on your resume. Is really going to be very easy because big data is all SQL and just conceptual. It's all conceptual, performance, and SQL. That's it. Cloud is a little different because cloud has its architecture. So you have to, yes, and the architecture थोडंसं त्याच्यामध्ये माइंड शिफ्ट कसं होतं, when you are developing code, you are just working off sequential logic. But in architecture, you have to think in terms of modularity. Microservices this, microservices that, this module, that module. And you also have to understand the pricing model. And it's a little different. It's not complicated at all for someone who is a proficient developer. It's not complicated at all, but it's a mind shift. One is sequential, linear, logical thinking, and the other is modular thinking. But it's not difficult. I mean, someone who knows development, I mean, interest may be different. Someone who knows development might really be interested in development and they don't want to get into uh, cloud simply because cloud is boring. You're not, in cloud, you're not creating anything. You're just like, you're a server administration. Yeah, that's it. It's a really big server, but that's it. You're a server, you're a DBA. You're not creating anything. But yeah, it's probably a good idea to throw in big data. It's probably a good idea to throw in BI analytics. There are some tools like Tableau is really well received. If you know Tableau, that is great. You can also, it's a very niche market, but there is a JavaScript library called D3. And D3 is all about advanced graphics and advanced charts. So it is like super advanced. त्याच्यामध्ये मतलब मला वाटतं पाय चार्ट आहे, but really highly technical, super advanced graphical stories, data narrations go from D3 is one of the most popular JavaScript libraries. And if you know JavaScript, you can just integrate that into your code. So that will, for someone like you, that will take you like what, 3 days to learn, 3, 4 days, 1 week. It's really not, it's really not tough. Yeah. So even if you say na in the business intelligence section, if you say that I have some experience with Tableau and Power BI, Tableau and Power BI are standalone tools. But to embed graphics within your application, so people use JavaScript library. There are so many libraries, but D3 is very popular for that. You can say that also. Yeah, that will definitely add a lot of credibility to your profile. Hmm. Yeah, for the World Bank, that is probably correct because the World Bank has to deal with big data. That's literally billions and billions of data points, and that's increasing exponentially every year. आणि त्याच्यानंतर I think we are probably cybersecurity. But if you look at it from which direction future is going, that is AI. That is generative AI. Generative AI, agentic AI. Um, yeah, you should give that a shot. Have you heard of make.com? 8N8. Make, M-A-K-E. Yeah, yeah. It's a platform where you can automate your processes using all kinds of AI tools, including ChatGPT. Exactly. So that is one field if you're interested in AI. And the point is, it's becoming simpler and simpler because now you don't have to kind of code in C and assembly language about AI. That's already being done for you. And now you are getting tools of AI. So that makes life a hell of a lot simpler. So if that is an area that you're interested in, yeah, you should absolutely explore that. As much as you want, as much as you want. You can use ChatGPT to generate data sets and throw them on Kaggle. Like, do we need Dhanashree over here? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Hmm. I, hmm. Interesting. Wow. Hmm. We- Yeah. Hmm. Well, I mean, businesses will generate the data, but I think it is the consultancies that will work on them. So if there is an opportunity for working like at Accenture or PwC or even Capgemini, these guys are getting ready to work on these kinds of problems because the world's biggest, even IBM, the world's biggest company, is going to approach these four, five, six consultancies for solving issues. Hmm. It might be a good idea if you are interested in the AI piece of it. That is that's a huge leap from what you have done in school, what you have done in college. But the data, the information is available. The training courses are free. There are a bunch of training courses by IBM, Microsoft, Google. There are other private companies also um, uh, releasing AI tutorials and training completely free of cost because no, I mean the knowledge is out there. So really, 1 year off? Oh, okay, 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 okay. Oh, okay. Hmm. Well, there you go. Hmm. Dhanashri is going to get trained on generative AI very soon.
Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah. So we in our company we have started with one person, that is me. Then we move to the other person. Now it's working well for us. So now Dhanashri and the other team members, we will train them because we there is no way. I mean, it is so beneficial. It is so useful. There is no way you should even think. Pardon me? You can't ignore it. You can't ignore it. Have you heard of Vibe? Yeah. Okay. So which tool are you familiar with? Okay. So so go to a software called BOLT, Bolt, nut and bolt, want to know? BOLT. So there you have to speak. Hey, I want one screen, I want the second screen, I want the red color button over there which says next. And when the user clicks the next button, you should go to the next screen. You have to speak or you have to type, and it does the actual coding for you. It develops the whole application for you. Check it out. Lovable Tami, yeah, we are using Lovable right now. Yeah. So yeah, it's an amazing field. Yep. People think that they can get anything by pressing a button. That's why Hum Life 360 has a business. It's never that easy. I mean, yeah, it just becomes in Eka Hishobani, Eka Drishtini Bahitla तर technology has made it easier for human beings to fall sick. Ekakari, there was nothing, so you had to work for everything. Now you don't have to work for so many things, but that only means that you fall sicker, you become lazier, you become more indisciplined faster and faster. Yeah, so we have a business. I I hate that part of our business, but that is the truth.
I think it's just two sides of a coin. Everything
Okay,
comes with a pro and everything comes with a con. So if we have a
absolutely.
business, there are people who are suffering. So
Yep,
that is why people have a business. There
yep,
are people who are treating the people who are suffering. So that is why they have a business. So I think it's
correct.
a two-way sword.
Yep. The only thing, like I keep telling our staff, and Dhanashri knows this very well, whenever you deal in a repair business, फॉर एक्झाम्पल तुमची स्कूटर रिपेअर करण्याला आपण काय म्हणतो मेकॅनिक आहे मेकॅनिकचं दुकान आहे डॉक्टर आहे वी आर सायकोलॉजी काउन्सिलर्स द पॉइंट इज मेकॅनिकच्या दुकानाला त्याला वाढवायचं असेल तर त्याच्या मनापासून इच्छा होईल की सगळ्या गाड्या खराब झाले पाहिजे if the vehicles are really good quality, they'll never go bad. Mechanic is going to lose his business. Same thing with doctors. If everyone becomes healthy, doctor is going to lose business. And that is why I always tell our staff, whatever we do, automatically we have to have a something we call a maintenance plan and an end game. एंड गेम म्हणजे तुम्ही 80% तुमचं डोकं ठिकाणावर लागलं, मराठीमध्ये बोलतो मी, 80% तुमचं डोकं ठिकाणावर लागलं, तर सिस्टम हॅज टू गिव्ह अ सिग्नल, ओके गेट द हेल आउट ऑफ हिअर, वी डोंट वॉन्ट यू एनिमोर. आणि त्यांना एक मेंटेनन्स प्लॅन दिला पाहिजे. And that maintenance plan could be very, very low cost. Don't have to give it away free, but very low cost, so that they don't come back. And maintenance plan karun, at some point they should realize, okay, you know what? Tomorrow, if there is an emergency in life, I can always go back to Hum Life 360, but I'm fine. I'm out. I feel this is very important from that perspective. Neither, uh, I think it's a very smart business move. I think that it only see, you are impressed. You are sort of a client, but that is what we do. And if you like this, you're going to talk to somebody else and say, you know what, these guys actually will kick you out. The system will automatically kick you out when you're like 80% okay. It's a very smart business, a very smart business move. आमच्या ह्या business मध्ये to gain the trust of the customer. So there is nothing noble about it. It's a long term. Hey, I didn't want to butt in and disturb, but I really wanted to say hi to you, Rohit. I love the fact that we talked about that tourist guide wala idea. Um, you did. Uh, you're, you're talking about Pune city. Okay. Okay. Share your numbers with Dhanashri and me. Maybe we can look at those numbers and see what we think about it. I mean, sounds like a good idea, but numbers are always the numbers. They will always tell the truth. But yeah, let's take a look at those numbers. We don't mind checking out those numbers if you have already done some work on that. Mm.
How about, I mean, this is just my intrusive thoughts, but how about if we make a cluster of 2, 3 places, like the nearby places like Lonavala, Pune, and Mumbai? So, as much as I know, Lonavala is a place where there's a temple of goddess Ekringa. So there are a lot of tourists every month over there. So uh, take if we take those Lonavala, Matheran, Mumbai, and Pune, even if we make it these 4 places and a package, that would be really nice.
Everyone. I mean, whoever can pay, pays, because we are going to charge in Indian rupees anyway. Mm. Mm. It's a very good it's a very good topic to do some market research on, because you're right. इंडियन मध्ये आपण कशाला पैसे खर्च करू ते हे असती एक भावना, पण there is a whole new generation of younger people who've kind of become middle-aged, who have a kid or maybe two kids, and they want to move around and they get some time to move around, and it is new money. And they usually travel with their colleagues from office. So you have like 8 or 10 people at the same kind of age group, 30, 32, who with maybe with a few children thrown into the mix, who may or may not have that relative wala funda and the kaka maushi, tai, te koni nasta. They are just young group of young people. So maybe there is a customer segment over there. Maybe they can do some market research there.
Uh,
Hmm.
Also,
Hmm.
there are a bunch of people who would just want to not meet their relatives, see their relatives, and directly go and see the places, because उनका that thought is कि आम्ही फिरायला आलोय, आम्ही relatives कडे जायला नाही आलोय. So
Hmm.
don't want to deal with them. So this is also a customer path that we can have.
Hmm. Good. No, I'm glad you guys are still thinking about it. कारण काय for some reason माझ्या डोक्यामध्ये ते बसून गेले. जात नाहीये. All right, guys, I got to run. Um, have fun. I'll catch you later. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Bye.
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 All right. Yeah. या या बिकॉज म्हणजे जर लोकल मध्ये आपण बघायला गेलो तर ते तर बरोबरच आहे की कोणाचे तरी नातेवाईक कुठून ना कुठून तरी निघतील. लास्ट इयर मी आणि माझे काही फ्रेंड्स पण आले होते पुण्याला. तर प्लॅन असा होता की आपणच फिरूया, पण जसंच काही रिलेटिव्हना कळलं, म्हणजे 1-2 दिवस आधीच कळलं की नेक्स्ट डे माझ्या एका फ्रेंडच्या रिलेटिव्हना कळलं की शी इज गोइंग टू पुणे फॉर असंच रोमिंग अराउंड. ऑलरेडी 2-3 फोन तिच्या मम्मी पप्पांना येऊन गेले होते की ती येते का, मग पाठवा ना आमच्याकडे तिला, आम्ही फिरून आणू, हे आणू ते आणू. बट वी वॉन्टेड आवर स्पेस, म्हणजे ऑब्व्हियसली वी आर दोज पीपल ऑफ यंग पीपल जे अर्ली 20s मध्ये आहेत, आणि वी डोंट वॉन्ट टू यु नो कोणाला त्रास का द्यावा. आपण फिरायला जातोय आणि परत रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ते घेतील वगैरे काही. तर मग वी वर लाईक इट्स बेटर वी वी डू इट आवरसेल्व्स. बाकीचं नंतर बघूया, म्हणजे जर काही वेळ मिळालाच तर आपण त्यांना भेटायचं वगैरे आपण बघूया. सो दॅट वॉज सेकंडरी. बट या, ते पण एक आहे की जर आपण लोकल फॅमिलीजना जर आपण बघितलं तर त्यांचं काही ना काहीतरी रिलेटिव्ह वाला येणार. बट या, जर आपण महाराष्ट्राचे जर प्लेसेस घेतोय तर महाराष्ट्राच्या बाहेर जर आपण एक टार्गेट पॉप्युलेशन ठेवला तर दॅट दॅट डज मेक सेन्स. ट्रू. बऱ्याच लोकांना म्हणजे I haven't done a corporate job before this, so I don't really have a first-hand experience. But yeah, काही लोकांकडून जेवढं मी ऐकलंय तर ते लोक जातात ऑफिस मधून आउटिंग वगैरे जातात and they are just trying to do it as low as possible. म्हणजे एक्सपेन्सेस कसे लो होतील सो दॅट दे इन्क्लूड अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल. जास्त लोक झाली तर कॉन्ट्रीब्युशन कमी कमी येणार आणि ऑल ऑफ दॅट. सो ते सगळं. सो या कॉर्पोरेट पण आय थिंक जेव्हा आपण पुण्याला शनिवार वाडामध्ये जातो, शनिवार वाड्यात जातो किंवा कुठे जातो, तर तिथे गाईड्स ऑलरेडी असतात, राईट? ह्याबद्दल मी कधी विचारच केला नव्हता की हे जे बोलतायत ते खरंच बोलतायत की म्हणजे दे आर ऍक्च्युअली व्हेरीफाईड और वी कॅन ट्रस्ट देम विथ देअर पीस ऑफ इन्फॉर्मेशन दॅट दे गिव्ह अस. और आय नेव्हर थॉट ऑफ दिस दो. दॅट इज सॅड. दॅट रिअली डिस्टर्ब्स. म्हणजे काही नाही तर ते आपलं नाव खराब करण्यासारखं आहे की अरे तुम्ही आमच्या सिटीमध्ये आलात आणि यु नो दिस पीपल जस्ट लुटेड मी, ऑल ऑफ दॅट. Yeah, that's yeah. This is a good marketing strategy. No, no, no. Right. Oh, that's silly. and never have a look at it again, ever again. Oh, yeah, right. Yes, that's true. That's very true. And the registration charge. Yeah, that's true. But I don't find any sense in that. I mean, स्वतः पैसे भरायचे आणि मग 300 रुपयाचा एक गळ्यात घालायला मेडल घेऊन यायचं घरी, जे आपण परत कधीच नाही बघणार. इवन दो प्रत्येक 3 महिन्यात ते होणार असेल. पण तरीही आय मीन या. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know, even colleges started that, miss this, miss that. Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. People are not looking for mark sheets and scores anymore. People people want to hire people with skill sets today. How many skills do you bring to table? And that is all what matters. You can be really worse on paper, on your mark sheet, on your scorecard, but you might be absolutely brilliant when it comes to your job, your work. So yeah, I think that really makes sense for people who don't study as much study, but they are interested in doing their job. They are interested in working their job, and they do it with hard work and all dedication. I that reminds me of my classmate जेव्हा मी 10th मध्ये होती. So we have this system of golden board in our school. की क्लासमध्ये जो टॉप करेल त्याचं नाव त्या गोल्डन बोर्डवर येणार 10वी मध्ये. So there was this girl who used to top in all the this thing subjects, yeah, all unit tests, all half yearly examinations, all annual examinations, and CGP and everything. She was really great at it. And then after 10th we all got divided. मी तर आर्ट्स घेतलं, सो मला सायन्स वाल्यांशी काहीच असं काहीच रिलेशन नाही. फक्त माझे फ्रेंड्स होते, ते ते होते. आणि there was this girl who already always told us की you know what, I want to do MBBS, I want to study MBBS, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And ते आकाश सारखे इन्स्टिट्यूशन्स आहेत, तिथे ती जॉईन झाली. तिथे एक्झाम्स असतात, ते जॉईन करण्यासाठी स्कॉलरशिप एक्झाम्स बेसिकली. ते तिथे केलं, तिला ते सुद्धा मिळालं. आणि वी वर लाईक, ओ वाव, दिस इज अमेझिंग यार, फलाना ढिमकाना. And then 10वी झाल्यानंतर अचानक she just disappeared. And then we were like, bro, she disappeared because ती खूप अभ्यास करते, ती इंस्टाग्राम नाही चालवते, ती स्नॅपचॅट नाही चालवते, ऑल ऑफ दॅट. And then after 3 to 4 years, when अचानक कुठेतरी something happened, there was this Instagram hacking thing, something that happened during the lockdown. And then we got to know that, oh, this girl is studying arts now. I mean, not downgrading arts at any point of time. I am myself an art student, but then all the science that she was excellent at, physics, chemistry, maths, that was what? That was all rectification. That's true. It is all test of memory. Yeah, that's true. It's test of memory, and I am myself very bad at memory. I really admit that, and I can never go with this system of memorizing and writing, because I might know this much, but I might write only this much on the paper. कारण मला त्या दिवशी तेवढंच आठवलं. Yeah, this tech, were you in a CBSE school when you were in your 10th? Oh, so CBSE schools or the CBSE study pattern does this. What they ask is to confuse you, but you have to write the same answer that you have studied for. ठीक है? There are questions त्याचे असे येतात की why do you think this blah blah blue blue happened and all of that. The question is ki why do you think this happened? But they will ask like what made that happen and all of that. So they are just twisting the questions, but the answer remains the same, right? So that is how we learned की ह्याचा आन्सर तर तेच होतं, लिहायचं तेच होतं जे आपल्याला माहिती होतं, but they just made it sound different for us to make it difficult. But yeah, that is when I learned what you learned, because I was in a CBSE school during that time. सो मला कळलं की ओ ही यांची ही ट्रिक आहे. सो नाव आय एम वेल अवेअर विथ इट. सो दिस हेल्प मी ड्युरिंग माय बॅचलर्स. माझ्या बॅचलर्सच्या टायमाला जेव्हा we used to find questions and answers and all of that. एवढे जाडे जाडे बुक्स असायचे सायकॉलॉजीचे आणि कळायचंच नाही. तर तेव्हा मला खूप ते हिट व्हायचं की हा हे हेच आहे. बऱ्याच लोकांना ते कळत नाहीये की हे हेच आहे. बट थँक्स टू माय सीबीएसई स्कूल हू टॉट मी दिस ट्रिक की ओ याचं आन्सर तर हेच होतं. So yeah, this is how we learn the skills. Yes, please tell me. Yeah, nowadays I also saw this video where nowadays you are able to predict what would be examiner's examiner's next question in the next paper because you have put the last question papers into chat gpt and then you have thrown that and now you just ask him, you just ask it, predict the next, this is the baseline, this is the chapter, this is the syllabus, now predict for us. And that really worked for some people. That really worked for some people. So there was this cousin of mine who was in 10th standard this year, and शी टोल्ड मी की दीदी एक ना युट्यूब चॅनल आहे जो सकाळी एक्झामच्याच दिवशी सकाळी 4 वाजता लेक्चर घेतो आणि ही टेल्स अस की यु नो व्हॉट हे करून जा, हे येणारच. अँड दॅट लिटरली वर्क्स. अँड आय वॉज लाईक हाऊ इज दिस पर्सन डुईंग दॅट. देन आय somehow thought, calculated, and watched a lot of content on that, and then I got to know that, oh yes, this is it, this is how probably they are doing it. But yeah, they are experts as well. They have been teaching that same syllabus for the last 5 to 7 years, and then they have this idea of putting, dropping down the questions ki ha, this is important, this is important. That's true. That's true. I don't understand how the paper even gets leaked. There is so much security even while handling it. My God. What web series is that? If you Oh yeah, yeah, I have seen that. Yes, Netflix were that's yeah, the education yeah, that's true. Uh, I think the most business or sadly this is very sad, but people find places to make money from the most sensitive parts of people's life. First is education, the other is health sector, and then their emotions and all of that, because these are some things that people are going to need at the end of the day: the education, the good health, the good food, and people just play it with it to make money. Yeah, yeah, I mean, people just find anything to make money. That's true. Yeah, and Patanjali has probably won at it. Yeah, I mean, the Ayurveda and the whatever fame that Baba has collected for himself. People are crazy. All right. Uh, I think that is all for today. So, would you like to have a session next week? Probably you have your exams next week. So, after that, okay, but then you will still be having interviews and all of that going, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me know when you would want to have a session. The WhatsApp number I texted you from is the official WhatsApp number for Hum Life 360. I mean, that's my number for the Hum Life 360. So you can text me whenever you would want to have a session. I will see you next week. Bye. Take care and all the best.